Hello everyone. Today we are going to have a discussion how to draft a winning curriculum vitae means CV. Have you ever asked yourself why is CV so important? Of course, having good CV is the golden ticket to the interviews and the job offers. Your CV is the most valuable tool to get the job interviews stage. Therefore, the more efforts you put in tailoring your CV, you are very much close to the job interviews. So, dear friends, before that, let's know what is the meaning of curriculum vitae. So all of us know very well that the short form is CV. So it's a comprehensive statement of your educational background, research, and work experience. It is a standard representation of our credentials, means to say how well organized we present our professional experiences, our academic credentials in the form of CV or curriculum vitae. Now let's know the difference between CV and resume. So CV means course of life. Resume means summary. So purpose of resume is to tailor your qualifications and experiences according to the specific requirements of job position. On the other hand, the CV has a clear chronological order listing the whole career of the individual, and a CV has no page limit, usually 4 to 5 pages, whereas the resume has a kind of page limit. It has to be written in a very short, very precisely in 1 or 2 pages. Okay, so let's not get too much confused between the CV and the resume technical terms. Now, before formatting the CV, we should focus some key points in our mind. Number one, we should use the very clear and the legible font size. For example, let's go for Arial or the Times New Roman, and the size can be 11 to 12 with single spacing. Or if you are mentioning your names or any title, that could be between 14 to 16 font size. Now we have to very much consistent with your CV layout. So 1 inch margins for all the 4 sides can be given, and we have to make sure that the headings are quite uniform and we make them quite larger and in bold, but sometimes we can go for italics or we can underline if it's very much important information to be mentioned. Now, as far the date is concerned, we have to follow one particular format of the date. For example, we can say March 2022. Okay. The next rule which we have to follow here, don't cram your CV with gimmickly graphics. Don't put too many colors over there, too many cloudy information. Sometimes we can feel that if we give information in a very precise manner, that looks very more. So too many graphics might make your CV more illegible. Okay. Now, should we paste a photo over there? It's always a very much $1 million questions. Many students they ask that should we paste a photo over there? So unless you are asked to include your photographs in the job advertisement, don't put. If they ask you, make sure that there should be a professional looking picture, not like your ID card picture. Okay. Now, make your CV quite very brief and very relevant. It should be very much brief and relevant. How? Don't give too much information like the 90s CV, where like a CV which goes to 10 page, 15 page, it becomes a very mini book over there. No, give the information in a very precise manner, right? Now, we have a format here where we will discuss here that what are the key components can be mentioned in our CV. Example, number one, mention your name, your mobile number, your professional email address. If you have any blog, mention the blog address. If you have your own website, mention your website address. Okay. Then don't forget to mention the career objectives. Now, career objectives differ from position to position. For which job are you going to apply? So you need to draft very precisely some key objectives for your career. Then later, mention a qualification. Now, qualification can be mentioned in different ways. You can mention the tabular format. You can mention the key form in the keywords. You can mention, right. So very precisely, you need to mention the qualification. So always mention the recent qualification very first. Then don't forget to mention the technical skills. If you are from the science background, you mention all the languages which you know very well. If you're from the commerce and the management background, you mention the important technical skills like you're proficient in MS Excel, you have done some certification courses in the Tally's latest version. Okay. Now, internship. If you don't have work experience, you should mention the internship which you have gone through. Have you gone through the internship as a part-timer, full-timer, or any online internship? So you mention your profile and what did you learn from that internship? In which company did you do the internship? What is the duration? 6 months, 1 year, right? So you can mention month and year from two. If you have the work experience, either it's a part-timer or as a full-timer, mention your profile, your designation, what is your role, what were your roles and responsibilities, name of the company and the duration. Then have you done any certification courses to complement your job? So mention the name of the course, from which institution have you done the course, what is the duration of the course, and what did you learn from the course, and how did this course brought a great change in your career. Then, though we know very well, we are living in the era of technology, and today there's a great demand of MOOCs, the massive open online courses. So mention any online courses like which you had from the different platforms like NPTEL, Swayam, Coursera, FutureLearn.com, Udemy. So name of the course, platform, which university has offered this course, what is the duration of this course, what have you learned from these courses. Now, your academic achievements. What were your academic excellence during your PG, during your UG? You can mention here, have you gotten distinction? On the at the same time, you can also mention here your non-academic activities like fest, cultural, sports, literary, photography, NSS, NCC. Have you been the leader of any of the fests? Have you been the participants? Right? Have you been the runner, winner? Right? Have you taken part in some social events like walkathon, cyclothon, pinkathon, etc.? These details could also be mentioned in your CV. Now, you should also, if you are very much research oriented, mention your participation in seminar, workshops, conferences. Have you conducted any seminars, any conference, any workshop? Have you attended any webinars? Have you organized any webinar? Then, yes, the next is very much important, projects. As a technical or a non-technical guy, you should mention what projects have you undergone during your PG, UG, or maybe as a full-timer or as a part-timer. Mention the complete detail. Then, if you are research oriented, mention have you presented any paper, have you published any research paper in the international journals, or any kind of seminars, conferences. Then are you part of any of the body like commerce body, IEEE, any of the association which always make you very much updated regarding the new trends and changes which are happening as far as your job is concerned. So you mention such kind of detail here. Then if you would like to mention your referee's name here, you can mention your references, either 1, 2, 3. You mention the person's name, person's designation, to which company the person belong to, his email ID, his contact number. So these are the details can be mentioned in the CV. And finally, you need to mention very briefly your personal details like your date of birth, your father's name, hobbies, languages known. How many languages do you know? 1, 2, 3. Do you know any of the foreign language? Mention it very specifically. And finally, you can mention the declaration. So dear friends, this is okay. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, you can find me at this email address, mukeshenglish@gmail.com. Thank you once again for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't forget to mention any comments, right? Thank you once again.